Hello everyone, my name is Jazmyn Hunter. I am a junior at University of Nevada, Las Vegas, studying hospitality, and I'm still figuring out my concentration. I hope you guys' weekend went well and that you guys are ready for the holidays. Today I'm going to talk about Frank and Lorenzo Fertitta and their affiliations with Red Rock casinos. So, let's start with some background. These boys were born into the casino industry because of their dad, Frank Fertitta Jr., who founded the station casinos that we all well known, especially if you're local. With their dad being in the business, it kind of ran through their blood at a very young age. Even though they had a little other siblings, they were bound to be something big with being able to work behind the scenes. With their siblings came management and customer service with their overall well-known education from both really big universities in the States. Frank went to the University of Southern California, where he focused on business management, and Lorenzo went to the University of San Diego, where he learned about the leadership and strategic planning. Before they became the big in the gaming world, both brothers had hands-on experience, which worked in entry-level roles of their family casino, which their dad did say they didn't get handed everything because they needed to know what it meant to work from the bottom. With working on the floor and being able to kind of be their dad's hand in hand, they were able to learn about the gaming operations, customer service, and even how to service employees as well as guests. With the early experience, they honestly gave them a solid foundation to understand how every part of the casino works. And from this course, we definitely notice that a lot of things go into the floor, and we got to be careful, especially if we're going to deal at a poker table. This also helped them build a strong relationship with guests, and a big part of their casinos was being a popular standout with the locals. Now, Station Casino's name is much focused on Las Vegas locals, which was a really smart move on these two young workers, especially developing skills and building a Las Vegas franchise. With this, they realized that people who actually lived in Las Vegas wanted nice places to gamble, eat, and hang out without having to deal with the crowds and traffic of the Strip, especially all those cones we see nowadays. So, these guys started to build casinos in residential areas that were easy to get to and more community-based. With this brought loyalty programs and players to reward to keep customers coming back. You may have heard of the boarding pass, that one of the most well-known local casino loyalty programs that they created, which gives promotions not only to help but also make a loyal customer base place for people to use, get points, and be able to kind of be a part of the touristy part of why people come to Vegas. Even with the station casinos that I brought up, focusing on the local management and the casinos that we talk about nowadays, the registration areas, the local programs, both Frank and Lorenzo did face financial challenges, especially during tough economy periods. Overall, they did stay innovative. They made smart investments, renovating old properties, and kept expanding with new projects. They're always thinking ahead, and that's why one reason casinos continue to grow, especially with their new one, Durango, which opened last year, at the end of last year. I hope some of you guys went to the grand opening. They had a lot of fireworks And honestly, if you do walk in, it's a very bright light, but it is a great experience to go to if you guys live close. And they definitely wanted to expand, and one of their biggest one was Red Rock Resorts. So, the creation of Red Rock Resorts was a big step forward into their company, and honestly getting their name on the bulletin board of the gaming industry. It helped them move into the more of the luxury market, which also appealed to the locals, especially in Summerlin, which opened in 2006. It became one of the most popular off the strip resorts in Las Vegas. It had everything: luxury rooms, fine dining, entertainment, and of course, gaming. And if you're a local like me, honestly, look into maybe doing a staycation kind of experience, where they all came from, how the station's casinos just started to make into Boulder, the main Sunset Station, now the Durango. It gets you a very well understanding of how Las Vegas kind of became more just of a strip level experience and more of a local side. In my opinion, I stay away from the strip. It's also cheaper prices. Maybe not on the gaming tables, but maybe you have a better chance of winning against the head pros. Anyway, the Fertitta turned Red Rock Casinos into a symbol of how family businesses could grow into something huge while staying more towards its roots, especially starting from the ground. They continue to have major players in the Las Vegas market come and experience, also become the more of the standard, more convenient, welcoming, but also world class that we always want to be a part of. And as students in the hospitality program, it's also great internships. Their story is just a great reminder of how success doesn't come from luck. It comes from learning, business, connections, understanding your customers, and honestly, how I said before, just being yourself and working from a level that is so can be so hard, but it's gonna all work out in the end, especially with promotions. So, I look forward for Frank and Lorenzo's Fertitta's journey, especially now that's more going towards a UFC journey, and how they overall shape the industry we love today. It's Together we will build, and honestly, being 21, I really hope you guys will be able to go game at these resorts, go to stations, casinos, stay the night, and everything to do with Frank and Fertina's journey and family of that. Well, I hope you guys have a good one. Good luck. Thank you for listening.